Feels great to be catching up on my handmade wardrobe. Yep, we're 5 months into the year and this is the first piece of clothing I've sewn. And welcome to the Sewing Report. I'm Jennifer Moore, helping you discover your love of sewing, crafts, and DIY projects. And in this video, we are revealing all about McCall's M7630. This is a loose-fitting women's pullover top. It's got various sleeve, length, and hem variations. I chose kind of a combo. I did view A, but I gave it a longer length because originally that version calls for a flounce waistline, which I didn't want. I thought that would kind of make me look a little bit bigger around the waistline, which is something I don't want. But it did have a really cute flounce sleeve, kind of a pain in the butt to cut out, but looks pretty. It's got a facing on the neckline. Very simple in construction. I like the sizing. I cut out a size 14 here, and I used a polyester crepe that's been in my stash for a long time. It came in a craftsy kit for some dress kit, but I never ended up making the dress. That's kind of how I am. And it had been in there for so long, I was like, you know what, we gotta just start using this stuff up. This fabric is pretty flimsy, kind of delicate, thin, difficult to work with, so I used Material Magic, which is a temporary fabric stabilizer, to treat it. I treated it before I cut out the pattern pieces, and I'll show you some clips, but it was a lot easier to work with after I did that, and it washes out. You can use Material Magic on any material that is machine washable and ironable, but you just have to be careful because this stuff can melt, so you have to keep it on a low setting. It did make the fabric a little bit more stable and not tough, but it made it a little less flimsy, so it was much easier to sew. I used a Microtex needle, which is good for delicate fabric, so it doesn't snag the fabric. And overall, I had an okay time working with it. Definitely easier thanks to the fabric stabilizer. And I actually sewed this project live on Twitch for 5 hours. So I showed most of the entire process and filming for the YouTube video on my Twitch channel. I've just started streaming live there, so if you want to try to catch me there, I'm trying to stream about once a week, just something where I'm making things and showing the entire process. I've noticed with a lot of the McCall's patterns, they call for facings where bias bindings really could do the same thing. Same thing with this neckline. It had a facing with interfacing on it. So it's a little bit bulky, it's not too bad, but you could definitely substitute bias binding if you make it yourself, because I actually used bias binding for the edge of the sleeve for the sleeve hem. I would definitely say the bias binding was one of the most time-consuming parts of this whole sewing project. And in hindsight, if I could make this again, I might do a bias binding for the neckline versus the facing, just because I've noticed that the facings just give it a little more bulk than it needs to be, especially for a top like this, since I did make it in a very lightweight fabric. I don't really feel like you need a lot of bulk at various points. The hem goes a little past my jeans, and I like this shirt. It's very cute. I love the way the sleeves came out, and one thing I will say about M7630 is how easy the sleeves were to set in. I don't know if it was the fabric I used or what, but I really did not have any trouble setting the sleeves in the round. And normally for me, that's the trickiest part of any sewing project. I did use my serger to do all the seam allowances. Came out very nice looking, and I did pink thread just because I wanted to have a little bit of a fun factor in there. And I thought it turned out cute. It's lightweight. I have a lot of fabric left over. I could make a skirt or maybe some shorts out of it. I don't know. So do another summery outfit. And I will say, working with Material Magic, treating the fabric with it before cutting out the pieces and sewing them made my life infinitely easier. I will link everything I used below in case you want to give it a shot. But I'm a fan of this pattern. It was relatively easy to sew, simple. The sizing, it fits pretty well, and I don't have any trouble lifting up the top and getting it off my head. So I am a fan of that because I have made pullover shirts in the past out of woven fabric, and you have a really hard time getting it on and off. I don't have a problem with this. You do have to be careful with your bra straps, just so that they don't keep showing up there. You could wear a tank top under this, and they have several different options. So there's one that has a short sleeve and that has a tie front. There's another one that has a longer gathered waistline. So you can really make a lot of different looks with this one pattern, and I got it on sale, so it was $2.99. So McCall's 7630, I would definitely give it 2 thumbs up. Give it a try if you're looking for a nice, pretty easy and simple summer top from start to finish, including the cutting time and everything of the pattern pieces. I would say this took me about 9 to 10 hours. I am a really slow seamstress, so for me that's actually pretty good. And I did all of the actual sewing in one day. And if you do want to watch me sew this entire thing like in real time, it's up on my Twitch channel, same username, Sewing Report. And again, I'm going to try to be broadcasting there about once a week, various sewing and craft projects. So definitely check me out there, follow me on Twitch if you are also there. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've also sewn this pattern, let me know what you think about it. And be sure to like this video, subscribe to the Sewing Report for lots more videos like this. I'm Jennifer Moore, and I will see you again next time.